Today is July 7th and New York session starts in less than half an hour. Let's see what market has for us. We're going to analyze Bitcoin and also the USDTD, dominance of Tether, and more. So stay with us. We're going to see what we had for before and what should we do for today. All the positions that we're going to get. Let me share my screen with you. So first of all, we had this from June 28th in my Telegram channel, as you can see here. We've had the bearish momentum of USDTD. We're talking about the USDTD. So you know that in dominance of Tether, when the USDTD, when it's bearish, it means that the market is bullish. So this is what we had from the June 28th that we talked about it, that we're gonna see some bounces. And what we talked about and what we promised was up to this point, the level that you can see here, this candle, little candle here. This was all our promise up to the 8.33. So as you can see here on my screen, this is what we promised and this is what we achieved. So right now here we are at the exact same point. Why that's the case? Because this is a major blockade, order block for us, not a blockade. So breaking this or not means a lot to us. This is where we're going to make our decisions. This is a daily par chart, and also we have on our hourly chart of dominance. This is very important, guys. Just hear me out, because if we go bearish on dominance, then we will only open long positions in Bitcoin. Otherwise, if we break above it, we're just going to be opening short positions. How do we decide? There are only two major points, and today's going to be the decision day. So be very careful about it. The first one is 8.1. So this is the major one, 8.14, or if you have the full number, it's going to be this. This is the major part. And right now here, as you can see, I have drew this for you before, the daily FVG. This is something I talked about it before. I've already gave you the chart, and I've already said that here we're gonna have some good actions. And the reason is that this was a huge order block, and previously we can see the chart has already reacted to this. So what we're looking for is a break below this chart, below this box. How to break below this? We should make a structure. Remember, if we just go down, it doesn't work. We have to make a structure. It has to make a beautiful lower lows until we reach here. Once we're here, then we can open our positions at about this point. So this will be our bearish scenario for USDTD, which is a little bit, I don't really see it, to be honest. What I can see more is that if we break above this box. So on top of this, at the point 8.7, let me put a price tag here. Once we're above this, we can open just short positions. So the way it works, it's going to be the same structure, but it's going to be in reverse. We're going to see a lot of liquidity here. Remember this line, this is at 8.5. There's a huge liquidity. So once we're broke above this, and it's going to be sharp. It's not going to be a structure. It's going to be a sharp breakup, and then it's going to be something like this. And from here, we will only open short positions. Remember, this is 4-hour time frame, so we expect a little bit more structures on the lower time frames, but on 4 hours, it's going to be straight up. So these two levels, these 2 points, 8.72, is what we're looking for if we want to open short positions, or if we want to open long positions on Bitcoin or on the market, on the altcoins, it has to be below 8.33. So these two numbers that I gave you, take it down. These are very, very important. And don't think that if we touch here, it's going to bounce up. No, this time it's going to break it down. So this is really important. It has already taken the liquidity. The liquidity here has been already swept. So we're good to go up. Let me see what Bitcoin market has for us. Okay, let me bring my Bitcoin chart here. Okay, I'm going to start with 4 hours. So on dominance, we analyze the dominance. So it's going to be more or less the same for Bitcoin because they're, well, not exactly, but more or less the reverse of each other. So we can rely on that. On Bitcoin 4 hours, there are a few things to note. First of all, the bullish momentum is very, very weak. This is the first one. But at the same time, we already have this liquidity sweep at this point. This shadow that you can see, this is a huge liquidity sweep, which promised us a little bit more of the long positions. But the overall, as you can see, we could not make a very strong higher high. So let me give you an example. A very strong higher high or very strong lower low. Let's see, for example, in the bearish momentum, here as you can see, we had actual big candles. These are the candles we're looking for, but in green, if we want to see more bullish. As you can see, the candles here, they were all tired. So in a way, the bulls and bears, they were fighting with each other, and neither of them could take control. But the bulls were the winner. It was just because of the liquidity sweep we had here, nothing more. But the thing is, the bulls were not the actual winners because they couldn't make any big candle. Even this one, the one that we had yesterday, if you remember, this one even could not break above any of the previous highs. So this is really important. And here we had also a liquidity sweep. If you have the strategy trader chart, you can see this on your charts. These are none of them are my drawings. These are all automated by AI. So let me go back to the 4 hours. So on the 4 hours, what I see is that the most it can reach is going to be 65,800 within this box. Inside this box, this will be our decision points. I'm talking about the higher time frames. I'm going to go to the lower time frame so you know what to trade and how to trade them. But for now, on the higher time frame, the most that Bitcoin can get is 65 up to 67. So this is the only box that we're looking for. And then I expect a huge downtrend, something like this. Let me draw this for you here. It's going to be a huge downtrend. So if we go here, it's going to be something like this. And then we're going to go all the way down up to even we can see probably lower prices, because I mean the reason is that we have swept all the liquidity which was here, and then the last one here 57. So if we go down, nothing's gonna stop it to go to break all these lows and go below that. But this, to be honest, I'm a little bit suspicious about this scenario. As I told you on the USDTD dominance, if you remember on the dominance, I was also more I actually wanted to see more of the bulls inside the dominance, which means more of the bear on the Bitcoin, because both of them, it has taken the liquidity, it went up all the way, and the same goes for here. It couldn't actually take any of this previous lows with a big full-body candle. It was just breaking with very, very, very small candles, so it really doesn't count. But the most it can get here, it's going to be here. So definitely take some points. Here we will make a lot of trades. This line and this line, I'm going to put some price tags for you, just so you know that this will be it's going to be, again, we're going to have a lot of trades. If we reach here, we're going to have a lot of short-term trades. This is 4 hours we're talking, but this is going to be our case. So on the 1 hour time frame, let me go back and see what we can actually trade here. On the 1 hour time frame, as you can see, we had, so if you remember from yesterday, this is the box we drew yesterday, and we expected this bullish momentum. But what we see here right now, there is not much of momentum here. We cannot really go, and there is a huge liquidity. There is a huge liquidity at this spot price. So breaking this, it really needs a lot of momentum. It cannot go with all these candles like this. When you see a candle with a high shadow, it means that the candle doesn't have momentum. It means that the bulls, the buyers, they're not really willing to put a lot of money into it. And the bears are just sweeping all the money that the bulls are putting in. So unless we actually break above this with big full-bodied candle, then we're not really counting on this. It's just going to be a liquidity sweep and then move all the way back to the previous bullish order blocks. For our trades, we will look for the order blocks on the lower time frames. For example, I'm not really into the 1 hour, to be honest. It's going to be 15 minutes for me, and my entries are usually 15 minutes, and it's going to be also 5 minutes entries. So what I always see is that in 4 hour, I will check the trend to see that if the buyers or sellers are in control. So here, as you can see, we don't have much of momentum, so we can see that the bears is more probable. So what I have to do is to wait for, either I can make some shorts here, or if I want to do counter trend, then I have to wait for the previous order block. So for example, we have one here. This is going to be a huge one. Let me grab one of these here. So this is one of the huge order blocks that I will definitely get this. This will be one of my trades today. I mean, even if it's a, let me grab one of these. Even if it's a, so it will be something like that. Even if it's a loss, if I lose this trade, still it's worth it. It's a good win rate. So this will be one of them. The other one's gonna definitely be this box. This is the 50% Fibonacci. This is the OTE optimal trading entry. So in 4 hours, the entire leg from the bottom to top. From here, if I draw a Fibonacci, we can see that this box. Let me. You know what? Actually, it went up here, so we had this move. Actually, didn't get this. So this place is our entry points. What I usually do is when we see the OTE, from the Fibonacci, when we see the 50% or 61, then I go to the lower time frame and I look for the FVGs or any order blocks. So for example, here near this one, we have this order block. So at this price or this price tag, both of them we'll definitely see some reactions here. So I will open my I will open my long at these two prices. And this is because this will be supported by this one. The next steps that I'm looking for, it's going to be, let me go back to the 4 hours. Here on the 4 hours, we also have an equal high at this price, which shows a huge liquidity. Again, as you can see, this will be in our optimal trading entry, and this will give us a very, very nice bullish momentum, and we will have a lot of, let me draw this for you, I think it's going to be much better, and you can see that we will have a lot of liquidity. It's going to be something like this, for example, up to here, and the range and consolidation is going to be a lot. So here you can make a lot of futures. We're in the 4 hours, so in 15 minutes or 5 minutes you will have a lot of liquidity. So this EQH, as you can see here, this one, this, it has a lot of liquidity. Do not expect this to break down all the way to here, to this bullish order block. This is good, this is still good, but this one we will have some consolidations here, and then after this we will go back there. So I hope you guys make some good money out of this. This was the trading analysis for today. Remember, still the market is really messy, as you have seen. We don't have a lot of higher highs or lower lows. Let me just go back to the chart and show you one more thing, so you know and you get the gist. From here, let me open my Bitcoin. My Bitcoin chart is very I'll go to the 1 minute here, so I will give you some nice gist on how to do more trades. This was our yesterday, and on yesterday 1 minute, this was the thing that we charted, and we got it. If you remember, on the 1 hour time frame, we pointed out this part, and from here all we can see is very strong bullish momentum. So you can see here, and then big, very full-bodied strong candles. So, and it went all the way here. This is what we're looking for in 4 hour time frame or 1 hour time frame in Bitcoin, if we want to break above and if we want to see higher levels, which we don't see it. So you saw that in the chart. You can go back, you can play back and see that on the 1 minute how this structure works. If you want to see higher time frames, the same structure, the same full-bodied candle must happen in the 4 hour or 1 hour time frame if we want to see higher time frames. Well, if we see it in 1 hour, we can expect a bullish week, but if we see it in 4 hour time frame, then we can expect at least 1 full month of bullish scenario, which it's really it's not really probable, as we can see here. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Wait for tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.